is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox. We are Wisconsin.
Nothing like Sunday baseball here at Miller Park. Even the dogs are out for the series finale between the Brewers and the Marlins. It should be a good one here. The Brewers are looking to snap the Marlins' 7-game winning streak, and they look to avoid the sweep here today, and they have not won, but it has been eventful. Friday night, Adam Conley was the story. He went 7 2/3, no-hit innings, a career high, 116 pitches. So the Brewers took it into the ninth. Jonathan Lucroy broke up the no-hitter, and then the Brewers put a rally together, scoring 3 runs and bringing the winning run to the plate before Jonathan Villar would strike out for the 6-3 loss. Last night, plenty of drama as well. The Marlins got things going with 4 home runs, including a mammoth shot by Giancarlo Stanton that went 462 feet off the scoreboard. But again, the Brewers would rally, coming back from down 7-1. They would come up within 2 runs, but the rally would again fall short, and the Marlins would win this one 7-5. That sets up our series finale here today between Tom Kohler and Willie Peralta. Willie Peralta 3-1 against the Marlins, a 3.35 ERA. He's coming off of his first quality start of the season, and the last time he was on the mound on Sunday against Philly was the last win of the Brewers, so they're looking to get back on track. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sophia Minert, and we know what Ryan Braun, Chris Carter, and the heart of the Brewers order has done over the first month of the season. But over the last few games, it's been the bottom of the order that has been productive and allowed the Brewers to rally here late in games. So we see the contributors. Alex Presley, 3 for 7, a home run, 5 RBIs. Ramon Flores got going last night as well, 3 RBIs and a double. Hernan Perez came up this week to join the Brewers, hit his first home run of the season. Craig Counsell very pleased with the contributions from his guys coming off the bench in the bottom of the order.
The bottom of the order is, I think it's been a mix of names, and, just the last 3 or 4 days there's been a lot of double switches involved, which, you don't always plan on doing. So it's been different guys kind of in there in different parts of the games. But they've been doing a great job. I mean, that's where the last couple of rallies have come from. They've come from the bottom of the order. So they're doing a good job.
The Brewers are looking to snap their losing streak and avoid the sweep. They're sending their opening day starter, Willie Peralta, to the mound. When we come back, Matt LePay and Bill Schroeder will break down Peralta's success, getting back on winning track, and what needs to do here today.
Baseball on Fox Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. By your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. And by Miller Lite, the original light Pilsner. Cheers, it's Miller time. Getting you ready for the series finale. Brewers and the Miami Marlins at Miller Park. Crowd making its way in on Ryan Braun bobblehead day, honoring the Brewers' all-time career home run leader. And hopefully he can add one or two to that here this afternoon. Alongside Bill Schroeder, I'm Matt LePay. We'll get to those Brewers bats as we move along, but let's start again with the starting pitching. And Willie Peralta, Rockies showing some encouraging signs the last couple of outings. It looks like that the slider, among other things, is starting to get back into form.
Yeah, last two starts much better. Not the way Willie Peralta was thrown a couple of years ago, and certainly Willie has to get back to that form to be that #1 starter for this ball club. It's a fastball as well, but I mean, when you get down to it, the big difference between Willie and when he was really good a couple of years ago, consistently with the slider, getting it out of the zone, over the plate, but down out of the zone with 2 strikes to get those strikeouts. Very good his last time out against the Phillies. No walks, 5 strikeouts. That's a big key. And the guy he's going to have to deal with today, Giancarlo Stanton, one of the hottest hitters in all of baseball. You can see what he's done in his last 6 games. 5 home runs, 9 RBIs, 9 for 22. But the good news for Willie Peralta, Stanton 0 for 10 in his career against Willie Peralta with a bunch of strikeouts. So you control Giancarlo Stanton, and you have a pretty good chance of controlling this offense for the Marlins.
All right, the Marlins have won 7 straight, including the first 2 in this series. And the Brewers are looking to stop that run this afternoon. Brewers and the Miami Marlins as we wrap up this weekend series at Miller Park. Stay with us. First pitch coming up on Fox Sports Wisconsin.
Braun into right field, sounded good, that's way back there, and goodbye, and he stands alone as the franchise home run leader. Braun into right center field, way back, and Ryan Braun sends one out, his first home run of the year.
Well, you talk about home runs and it rubs off, doesn't it?
It's a day where the Brewers are honoring the all-time home runs leader in this franchise, Ryan Braun. Bobblehead day broke the mark against the Marlins, so it makes perfect sense to honor him the next season against the Miami Marlins. hopefully a few more in them here today and moving forward. Brewers baseball on Fox Sports Wisconsin, presented by Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. Spend the night with luxury. Have the roof closed on a chilly day here in Milwaukee. Let's get to the Marlins batting order, presented by Potawatomi. Ichiro Suzuki, Martin Prado, Derek Dietrich at the top. Giancarlo Stanton hits cleanup, followed by Bohr and Ozuna. Realmuto, Echevarria, and Tom Kohler rounding out the batting order against today's starter, Willie Peralta. As we are underway here at Miller Park in the series finale, Brewers trying to get one after the Marlins had big leads and hung on both Friday night and last night here in Milwaukee.
And numbers for Willie, not very good so far, but last two starts pretty good. He beat the Phillies his last time out here at Miller Park, and no walks, 5 strikeouts. He was pretty good through 5 innings, only 2 runs, but in the 6th, back-to-back doubles chased him. Gave up 4 runs overall, but the Brewers won 8-5.
Yeah, good stretches from Willie the last couple of outings. Looking for a good longer stretch here today, if at all possible. And he begins by facing Ichiro Suzuki in the lineup for the second time in this series. He was in there on Friday night and had a couple of hits, and he stands 55 knocks away from 3,000 in his career. And a ground ball and a quick chance for Aaron Hill, and there's your first out of the day.
Well, let's check out our Menards defense for this afternoon. Braun, Neuenhuis, and Santana. Neuenhuis gets the start. It's been Flores first 2 games of the series. Walsh, BR, Hill, and Carter from 3rd to 1st, and Martin Maldonado behind home plate, his 5th start of the year.
Continuing that combo with Maldonado working with Willie Peralta. As we are just getting started on this Sunday afternoon at Miller Park, and Martin Prado, he's had himself a pretty good series to say the least. 3 hits on Friday, a couple of more last night. Marlins had the big bats going last night with 4 solo homers. There's a chopper to Walsh. 2 up, 2 down in the first.
Well, how nice would it be to get a 3 up, 3 down inning in the first inning, and the Marlins have done some damage in the first inning in the first 2 games of this series. Be nice to be able to play from out in front. Brewers have been playing from behind quite a bit.
Yeah, most of this week, as a matter of fact. The Marlins last night scored runs in each of the first 6 innings. It was Giancarlo Stanton, who was one of the 4 Marlins to go deep last night. He is on deck, and Derek Dietrich, he hit leadoff last night and took the first pitch of the night from Chase Anderson and sent it over the wall in right field. It was a game of some weird numbers. The Marlins scoring 7 times, but they left 17 runners stranded, and they were 0 for 12 with runners in scoring position. Dietrich will lift one into left center field. Long run. Neuenhuis diving and cannot get it.
That ball just kept slicing further and further away from Neuenhuis, and I thought initially it was going to be a pretty easy play, but it just kept slicing away from him. And I thought Ryan Braun had the best chance at it. Look at it, it's about pretty much straight away, and it keeps slicing. Neuenhuis calling it off, and I think Braun had the best shot at it. But Neuenhuis, the center fielder, apparently calling off Braun and not able to get there.
Well, you're right. That did have some mean slice to it. So a 2-out single for Derek Dietrich. And that brings up Giancarlo Stanton, who is in power mode here over the last week. He was not in the lineup on Friday, but was last night. And over the last week, he has gone deep 5 times. That has that home run RBI count at it is where it is right now at 8 homers and 19 runs batted in. Last night was his first game here since he was hit by the Mike Fiers pitch back in September of 2014. And he goes the other way, does Stanton. A base hit to right. Dietrich will head to third. The throw from Santana gets cut off. And after the first 2 were retired, now the Marlins have a threat here in inning number 1.
Yeah, right there is what makes Giancarlo Stanton such a force at the plate. Not just a home run hitter. This guy can hit, you know, taking this one down in the zone, like middle in, I think, or maybe down the middle, and just serving it in that direction. They had to shift on for him and just rolls one into right. And nobody there. Aaron Hill playing up the middle on the shift, and first and third all of a sudden with 2 outs.
The first innings, Rock mentioned, has been good for Miami in this series. 3 in the first on Friday night. Justin Bour, who's at the plate now, hit a 3-run homer in the opening inning on Friday, and the Marlins last night got a run in the first on a solo blast. An RBI chance here for Bour with 2 outs.
And this is where your momentum is established for the entire ball club. How the game starts. Very important for Willie to be able to get this out without a run coming across. I mean, that would be a big boost to this offense. Big shift for Bour as usual. The Brewers shift on everyone.
1-0 pitch. It's in there with a fastball. Bour had a huge night on Friday, driving in 5 runs, hitting a couple of home runs, went 1 for 4 last night. A threat for Miami right away as Bour pops this one up. And that'll be Colin Walsh. He'll have a play, and Peralta gets out of trouble in the first. First 2 retired. He ends up being an inning with the Marlins strand 2. And now here come the Brewers. They strand runners at the corners, and now Craig Counsell's team trying to snap a 4-game losing streak here and salvage 1 in this weekend set with the Marlins. Here's the Brewers batting order presented by Potawatomi. Domingo Santana per usual at the top, followed by Jonathan Villar and Ryan Braun. Carter, Neuenhuis, and Walsh in the middle. Aaron Hill, Martin Maldonado, and Willie Peralta rounding out the batting order against the right-handed starting pitcher for the Miami Marlins, Tom Kohler.
Yeah, the curveball pitcher out there for the Marlins. 5th start. He's 2-2. He beat the Dodgers his last time out. Yeah, Kohler, an 18th round draft choice by the Marlins. That was back in 2008. And this is his 5th year with the Fish.
Led the staff last year in a number of categories, won 11 games. He was someone they could count on to take the ball on a regular basis. Had 31 starts a year ago, 32 starts in 2014. Last year his ERA a shade above 4. 29 years old, out of Stony Brook University, born in the Bronx. Tom Kohler, today's starter. The Brewers face left-handers on Friday and Saturday. And now this afternoon, the right-hander for Miami as Domingo Santana shoots one in the right field. Stanton going back on the run, and it is gone. Domingo Santana, opposite field homer for the Crew.
There's a good start. First, Willie Peralta able to keep the Marlins off the board in the top of the first, and can't think of a better way to start the game with a Santana opposite field home run. And you see it. It's a fastball from Kohler, low 90s, about 92. Santana goes right with it, and as strong as he is, dumps one out there into the picnic area, the ATI zone. Nice start for the crew.
And the Brewers playing with the lead. That has not happened much here this week. First career leadoff homer for Domingo Santana, as Jonathan Villar will send one out of play.
It's only the second home run allowed by Kohler. I mean, he's not a hard thrower, but he does keep the ball down for the most part, and able to keep the baseball in the ballpark.
Villar out in front on the change, a ball, 2 strikes.
Good arm action on that pitch, going away from Villar.
He's 1-2 in his career against the Brewers. It's a high earned run average. We'll see if the Brewers can bang him around here today.
Yeah, over 8 the earned run average. The Brewers have been able to get to him on occasion.
His last start last season was a good one. Talking about Kohler, it was in September down at Marlins Park, 8 innings, and gave up just a couple of runs and struck out 10. But in the other outing he had against him mid-August, he lasted but 4 1/3, and the Brewers put 7 on the board. Got 1 on the board in a hurry today. Villar goes opposite field, and that's down the left field line. That'll be extra bases. Villar to second. So he follows Santana's homer with a double. Nice start for the home team.
Yeah, going right with it. Villar has been very consistent at the plate. He's done a nice job up there, the switch hitter. A little bit more comfortable from the left side than the right. And you see the changeup grip, and Villar goes right with it, and able to slice it down the line for a double. Good piece of hitting by Jonathan. Been an impressive start for Jonathan Villar. He's been very good at the plate and at short.
His 5th double of the year. And an RBI chance for Ryan Braun on Ryan Braun bobblehead day here at Miller Park. 5 homers, 18 RBIs for Ryan so far this season. Had one last night, an RBI. The Brewers trying to reverse a trend and off to a good start. They have had to climb steep hills both Friday night and last night. And nearly no hit on Friday night, and not only did they break up the no-hitter, they nearly won the game. Pulled within 3. They trailed 6-0 going into the bottom of the 9th, put 3 on the board and had the bases loaded. Braun with a liner back up the middle, of base hit. Here comes Villar. Ozuna with the throw, and it's 2-0 Milwaukee.
Now Ryan Braun taking a pitch out away from an 87. I think it was a slider, and Braun nearly undressing the pitcher out there on the mound. The home run, double, and now single. The Brewers with a 2-0 lead. Look out! Almost got a piece of him.
As we turn the calendar into May after a very good April for Ryan Braun, as you take a look at his spray chart there, he's using the entire field, and his numbers now with runners in scoring position improved to 10 for 19.
Really good start for Ryan. No problems with the back. Greg Counsell has been able to give him a day off from time to time, and got to keep him healthy, keep him in the lineup.
Greg Counsell saying just stay the course. It's been a very tough stretch for this team, most notably for the starting pitching. But the Brewers have staked Willie Peralta to a 2-run lead early, and still no one out. The first 3 have reached, and now the cleanup hitter Chris Carter facing Tom Kohler. Chris trying to get things straightened out. He's had a tough last few games, 0 for his last 12, but to be sure, the first month of the season, he performed well.
Yep, 0 for 12. That means he's ready to get hot again. It's like sales, right?
Absolutely.
Every no you get, that's closer to a yes.
And this is hit in the air to right field. Giancarlo Stanton. I mean, that was hit a mile high, and the catch is made for out number 1.
Almost up there near the roof. He just missed that baby. Saying, yep, I hit him that high. I've never had to catch one that high. Well, let's check out the Marlins defense. You got Ichiro Suzuki out and left. You got Ozuna and Stanton center and right. Prado, Hechavarria, Dietrich and Bohr, and Real Muto behind home plate.
And you figure with this ball club, and they have had nights, obviously, or games where they have been shut down very effectively, but this is a Brewers team that has shown some explosiveness offensively as well, and who knows, maybe this will be one of those good days for Milwaukee.
Man, you talk about the late comebacks last couple of nights. The bottom of the order and the pinch hitters have been doing most of the damage.
Yeah, they looked down for the count both nights, and we mentioned Friday the bases were loaded in a 3-run game, and then last night it's a 7-1 game. It seemed nothing was going right for Craig Counsell's team, but Rock, as you mentioned, the bottom of the order getting things going, and suddenly the Brewers had a 4-run 7th to pull within 2. Couldn't get it any closer, but struggling as this team is, it does continue to punch, and these last couple of nights they've been punching with names that aren't necessarily Ryan Braun or Chris Carter. Right. It could be a Ramon Flores. It could be an Hernan Perez.
Yeah, not that you should ever give away at bats, but guys that are struggling to stay in the big leagues will never give away at bats, and I think that's why you see some of that those late rallies with some of these guys. I mean, they're giving it their all. They're digging their nose in there, just trying to figure out a way to get on base.
See Perez, and you're right there. He got a 2-run homer in that 7th inning. His first this year with the crew. Launched it to center field. Kirk Neuenhuis, part of that 9th inning rally as a pinch hitter on Friday night, was able to draw a walk. That turned into a wildly entertaining game, a disappointing ending for the Brewers, but the storyline changed in a hurry. Were they going to be no hit? And the answer was no. And then were they going to rally and win the game? And they gave themselves a chance.
And that's the thing. I mean, you take a deep breath when Lucroy got that base hit. All of a sudden, about 15 minutes later, they have the winning run at home plate.
It was a very exciting finish. And then last night, kind of grinding through again, a tough outing for Chase Anderson. And the Marlins were scoring in each of the first 6 innings, and then they finally were stopped, and Brewers made a game of it. There's a ground ball to third. That's Prado flipping to Dietrich for 1, and on to Justin Bohr for a double play. But a good start here for the Brewers, and when we mean start, we mean the leadoff hitter Santana goes the other way, and then Ryan Braun drives in Jonathan Villar. 2-0 Brewers.
Santana's first career leadoff home run helps the Brewers take a 2-0 lead as we head to the second here at Miller Park. And Willie Peralta's looking to put the month of April in the rearview mirror. He's coming off of his first quality start, but he said the first few starts, he definitely had some consistency problems with his sinker and his slider especially. He's been working on that between starts in the bullpen, just being consistent down with all of his pitches. He says, I know the slider is so key for me, locating that down, that all the other pitches will come off of that. Also knowing this team needs a quality start. That's his expectation every time he takes the mound.
Yeah, 6-7 innings today. That's got to be, his goal for sure, because that bullpen's been eating up a lot of innings, and it's a broken record. We continue to talk about it, but Craig Counsell has said as much. Got to pitch better. That was his comment after last night's game.
Yeah, Counsell getting just 4 1/3 from Chase Anderson last night. 5 innings from Zach Davies on Friday night. 3 2/3 on Thursday afternoon from Taylor Youngman. And you get the point. You just need an extended outing here from Peralta as Marcell Ozuna leads off here in the second inning for Miami. Ozuna was one of the 4 Marlins to homer. All were solo shots last night. And Ozuna's on a nasty little stretch here in games at Miller Park. Over his last 9 outings in this yard, he has homered 6 times. A full count to the Miami center fielder. Bouncing ball. That's Colin Walsh. Here's out number 1.
Yeah, what you like so far, a lot of ground ball outs for Willie Peralta. And, he started, his last start, he looked like he was much more relaxed. He slowed down his delivery a little bit. And after he released the baseball, was really on good balance, wasn't falling off too far toward first base. I think more under control. And the results, show much better. I mean, the ground ball outs here today, he threw a fastball to Ozuna there at 95 miles an hour. So velocity up. Effort down a little bit, and that's a good thing. You don't want to be overthrowing.
1 out. Here's the catcher, JT Realmuto. He was not in the lineup on Friday. Jeff Mathis had the start, but the last night it was Realmuto, and same story here this afternoon. He had a couple of hits last night, including a double. He'll send one to right field. This is Santana trying to run it down, and a sliding attempt, can't get it, and that's a fair ball. That'll be a double. Bounces into the seats. 1 out double for JT Realmuto.
And not much you can do about that. Good pitch by Willie. Just bad luck catching the foul line down there in right. You see Santana saying, I can't believe that dropped. Got a long way to go, though. Not much foul territory between that line and the wall. He got a slide. And the Brewers fortunate that bounce into the seats. That might have been a triple.
Big old bounce off the dirt and into the stands. And yeah, it may very well have been the catcher, but we saw that last night. Realmuto, he can run a little bit. There's a Danny Echeverria, the shortstop. What a night he had. He was busy in the field, a lot of chances at shortstop, and went 4 for 5 in the game, including a home run.
And he'd been having all kinds of problems at the plate before last night. So the off day for him, pretty good. Sometimes that's just what it takes for a guy to get back on track.
And you see where that average is now at 222. He was sub 200. Going into last night's game, it jumped some 40 points. Still early enough in the season. A real good night can do that for your batting average. Hit 281 last year. That was a career high.
It bounces up and down pretty dramatically until you get to about 125, 130 at bats, and it kind of levels out. Even then, the batting average always seems to go down a lot quicker than it goes back up.
Funny how that works, huh?
At least for some of us. Yeah. It's kind of the way it is with earned run average. Just the opposite, though. It goes up fast, but then it takes you a while to get it back down.
And you get a couple of 3-0 for 4s at the plate, or Especially if you're a relief pitcher, you get 1 or 2 bad outings, 1 or 2 bad innings.
Yeah.
And that ERA blows up. A ball, 2 strikes to Adeiny Echeverria. And a little chopper charging his Hill. 2 men out. Real Muto moving to third.
Hey, Miller Mondays are back, and even lower price for 2016. Terrace Reserve tickets are just $6 for all Monday home games with a 6:20 p.m. start, including tomorrow night against the Angels. Yeah, the Angels are in town for a quick 3-gamer. Night game, day game.
That's right. 6:20 tomorrow night is first pitch. Forward to seeing Mike Trout, Albert Pujols and the crew.
Ron Renicky back in town.
That's right.
Third base coach.
Here's the pitcher, Tom Kohler. See, he has a hit so far this season. This is his 5th start of the year. Angels, by the way, wrapping up their series in Texas this afternoon. Brewers get back into interleague play tomorrow. LA 11-13 so far this season. Kohler with a bouncer up the middle. This is Hill. Yes, sir. Makes the play and keeps a run off the board. They strand a runner at third. Inning and a half here at Miller Park. 2-0 Milwaukee. Baseball on Fox Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by T-Mobile. Get major league coverage. T-Mobile has doubled its 4G LTE since 2015. And by Hupy and Abraham, 1-800-800-5678. Hupy and Abraham, tell them you mean business. Nice start here for the Brewers. Move to the home half of the second. It is 2-0 Milwaukee. Brewers trying to snap a 4-game losing skid and at the same time snap a 7-game winning streak that the Marlins have going.
All on the road. Finishing up a 10-game road trip. It's been a tremendous trip for Miami.
Time now for our Carsoup.com trivia question. Who is the Brewers' single-season leader for hits as a pinch hitter? The Brewers' single-season leader for hits as a pinch hitter. Timely question with Colin Walsh, who has excelled. You know, the Brewers, really Alex Presley has been very good in that role, and Colin Walsh has had to serve in that role. But it's been Presley who really has been shining in that area so far this season for the Brewers at 3 for 5.
And including a home run, driven in 3.
Walsh in the lineup here this afternoon. We talked about it last night. He has just 2 hits in 22 at bats, but he's been able to draw a lot of walks, so that has the on base percentage a ton higher than that batting average you're looking at. But he'd probably be the first to tell you he'd like to get some hits, and maybe he'll get one here, but it will go foul.
Well, Craig Counsell is giving him opportunities to snap out of it for sure, so it's going to be up to Walsh to be able to get some hits, be productive enough to warrant time in that starting lineup. Doing the same thing with Ramon Flores, giving him opportunities. That's kind of the way this season is shaping up for the Milwaukee, seeing who can do it, who can't.
It's that one hard, but right at Derek Dietrich, and that's the first out of the inning.
It gets very frustrating for a young guy to, the more and more you go without getting the base hits, it starts eating you up and getting into your head, thinking about it too much. You worry about the result as opposed to the process when you're really struggling like that. Believe me, I know. You're worried more about, I got to get a hit, as opposed to like thinking about, what should I do to get hits? Be patient at the plate, take a nice swing, those types of things. So you kind of get out of your game.
And the mental aspect of this, right? I mean, it's just so important. It's a game that on a good day can humble you.
Yeah, and when you're not hitting, and that first at bat is so important. You feel like if you get a hit the first at bat, the rest of the day is kind of gravy, and end up having a couple of more hits. So it's very frustrating when you start the game, not swinging the bat all that well, for the season, to get that first 0 for 1. And that's the job of Darnell Cole, to try and get those thoughts out of your head. You got a lot of time between at bats to think. And what are you thinking to yourself when you're not at the plate? Those are very key moments.
I have to think that his upbeat personality, I mean, he's about business, but he keeps things positive. Always bouncing around with a lot of energy, Darnell Coles. And I'm trying to translate that to all the hitters, not just the young ones, anyone who is struggling. Aaron Hill got a double last night. See if that gets him going. Maybe it has. There's a base hit to left.
Man, guys that scuff a little bit to start the season, that have had a lot of success in the big leagues, like an Aaron Hill, it doesn't affect them as much. They kind of know, they have that confidence. They know they're going to snap out of it at some point. Different for a young guy that's never really done it before at this level.
Well, 1 out, 1 on for the Brewers in the second. Tom Kohler was touched up with a couple of runs in the first. A Domingo Santana homer. Villar doubled, and Ryan Braun singled him home. First 3 reached in the first inning for Milwaukee. Here's Martin Maldonado. Well, speaking of tough roles, he is starting for the 5th time. He's looking for his first hit. He has been terrific as usual behind the plate. But the stop and start, with more stops than starts, that's makes getting into any kind of a flow, I think, a very, very tough task.
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy to replicate game speed when you're taking batting practice and maybe hitting in the cages.
We've seen him out there in that work behind the plate in many areas, but a stat that jumps out is his ability to throw out potential base stealers. He has thrown out 4. In fact, only 1 has been successful against him.
And that's one of the things he will do from time to time. He'll drop down that bunt. You don't have to run very fast to be able to get bunt base hits when they're playing behind the bag on you. Pretty much straight away. A little bit of room in that hole between first and second.
A ball, 2 strikes to Maldonado. He works with Willie Peralta once again this afternoon. Here's the 1-2. And a ground ball to Dietrich. He'll shovel it to Echeverria. They'll get the force. And there were 2 men out.
Well, the foot on the bag. I mean, you have to have that foot on the bag, and if you don't have contact with second base and you have the ball in your glove, I saw Craig Counsell turn around to his video crew to make sure that that's exactly what happened. There's no more in the vicinity play, the neighborhood play. Let's see if the ball is in the glove and the foot on the bag. Now he kind of rubs the toe across the back of the bag. I guess that's good enough.
You know, it's a good point, though, with the slide rule in effect. The neighborhood play is out the window. But it did look like he was able to scrape the bag there with his foot. So 2 outs, and Maldonado the runner at first for Willie Peralta. A healthy cut from the pitcher.
Yeah, that's a nice hack. One of these days.
That's right. We're going to keep saying it until it happens. Has that cut like he is ready to get into one.
Give him a fastball first pitch, take that mighty hack, then they throw the slider. All right, Willie, you want to do that?
There's respect.
Try this one.
He is 0 for 6 at the plate this season. Bringing it again and missing this time. He has 12 hits in his career, including one a season ago. A season where he had to miss a couple of months because of the oblique injury. Swung on, hit in the air to right field. Room for Giancarlo Stanton. And that is out number 3. Brewers get a hit, leave a man. It's 2-0 Milwaukee after 2. Fox Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light Pilsner. Cheers, it's Miller time. And by the Wisconsin Lottery, reminding you to please play responsibly. 2-0 Brewers. We move to the top of the third here at Miller Park. Brewers and the Miami Marlins. Hey, next Sunday, wake up to a pair of heavyweight wars as former champions and knockout masters finally meet in the octagon when Alistair Overeem takes on Andrei Arlovsky. Plus, it's a battle of the giants between Bigfoot and Struve. It's all at a special time, 10 a.m. Central, next Sunday morning, only on FS1 or watch it live on Fox Sports Go. I hope I'm at least close with a couple of those tricky pronunciations. You don't want to mispronounce those guys.
Right. Yeah, they might get a little bit upset with you.
Yeah, I'll be throwing someone under the bus before they throw me under the bus.
Literally.
Yes. There is Ichiro leading off the third here for Miami. Grounded out to Aaron Hill. Back there at second base here today again for the Brewers, as he was last night. And he will send a bloop into left field, and Braun will have it go off his glove on a hop. Ichiro on his way to second, and the throw not in time.
That close. Well, Ichiro hustling all the way out of the box. Braun tried to make the shoestring catch, couldn't do it. Pretty good throw in, though. He did keep it in front of him, had a chance at second base. Sounded like a broken bat. Braun trying to trap it, gets away from him. That's pretty close at second. And Craig Counsell taking a look at it. Looks safe. Yep, foot's in there.
And that'll be a double for Ichiro. Now 54 hits away from 3,000. Tough play there for Braun, but just missed. Throwing out Ichiro at second. So Marlins with a runner in scoring position for Martin Prado. He is 12 for his last 24 at the plate. Prado. And then second in the National League in batting average. So sporting a .438 on base percentage coming in. Only Aledmys Diaz of the Cardinals has been hitting better, and Diaz well above 400 as we turn the calendar to May. And there's a smash back up the middle and a base hit to center. Here comes Ichiro. Here comes the throw from Neuenhuis. It's offline, and the Marlins are on the board. So the hot stretch continues for Martin Prado.
He just hits it where it's pitched, and Willie gave him a high sinker. Didn't do much. Stayed up in the strike zone, and look at Prado right back through the middle. So Suzuki, a leadoff double, coming around to score very quickly. Good throw in by Neuenhuis, a little bit late. That's a good throw, perfect. You see Carter trying to fake out the runner at first to hold him there, and just a little bit late off the mark. Probably wouldn't have mattered.
RBI single for Prado, who extends his hitting streak to 7 games. Here is Derek Dietrich, singled to center in the first. So the Marlins break through. They had a threat in the first.
They've already got 5 hits.
They do. And unlike last night, even though the Marlins won, they were unsuccessful 12 times with runners in scoring position. 0 for 12.
Yep.
Weird game in that regard.
And we're 0 for 3 before that hit by Martin Prado.
Don Mattingly's team above 500 now with this 7-game winning streak. They sit at 12-11.
Now, if they get any kind of pitching this year, I think they have a pretty good. They could make a little run. I mean, they got a really good offense. They had 2 guys that were pretty good hitters in their day. Don Mattingly, Barry Bonds.
Yeah, Bonds, his first year as the hitting coach. 2 balls, 1 strike to Dietrich. Here's a look at Bonds. We talked about it on Friday. You know, Rocky, we were talking to some of the Marlins folks about just how smart he was as a hitter and what he's able to relay to today's players in this Miami ball club. They're just eating it up.
Yeah. He analyzes the pitcher as he's out there throwing, and he can have a pretty good sense of what a hitter's going to get. And they've been very pleased with the way Bonds has handled himself as a hitting coach. I mean, he's not much into the video at this point. I mean, that's a work in progress. I mean, that's what the Marlins knew going in, but they have their assistant hitting coach, Frank Menachino, that does a lot of that.
A full count to the Miami's second baseman, Derek Dietrich. And a chance for 2. Hill flips to Villar for 1. On to first, not in time. Dietrich getting up the line.
No, that's about as routine a double play as you'll see. I mean, Dietrich getting down that line in really good shape. I thought that was going to be an easy double play. It looked to me like VR had that big cannon throw over to first base. Let's check it out. I think he thought it was going to be more routine than it actually was. Brewers taking another look at it and clearly safe at first base.
You're right, though, not on that look, but on the previous look, that did not look like a typical VR fastball.
Yeah, the one that he's going to rear back and just let her fly. Nope.
So a runner on with one out for Giancarlo Stanton. He singled to right in the first inning.
And the Brewers still not convinced he's going to do it again. That ground ball in the right field, because they got Aaron Hill on the shortstop side of the bag at second. There they are. Big hole between first and second.
Stanton slugging better than 800 on this road trip. We watched him launch one 462 feet last night off the scoreboard here at Miller Park.
And it was a changeup that he hit.
Miami with a run across here in the second inning. And there you see the zone for the home runs where the pitches have been delivered.
Mistakes, right?
Yep.
I mean, down the middle or middle in, you pitch them away. At least you might have a chance to keep them in the ballpark.
Stanton last year played less than half a season. Hit by a pitch, a broken bone in his hand. Appeared in 74 games. 26-year-old right fielder for Miami. 3-1 the count. It was in November of 2014 when he signed that mammoth contract with Miami, 13 years at $325 million. Swing and a miss and a throw over to first, but Dietrich able to get back.
And that's a nice slider from Willie that time, and Maldonado hoping that Dietrich a little bit too far off the bag. There's that slider grip, and this is exactly where you want it. You had to figure Stanton was thinking fastball.
Full count to Giancarlo Stanton.
Throw it again.
Yeah, why not? Tried but missed. So Stanton draws the walk.
Yeah, that's the pitch that's been frustrating for Peralta. I mean, you want it down like that, but you want it over the plate. You're not going to swing at it if it's down and 6 inches off the outside corner, if not more. And it's been frustrating, for Willie and Derek Johnson, for that matter, to get Willie to just try not to overthrow that slider. Get it over the confines of the strike zone, but keep it down below the knees. And those are the times, those are the pitches that you get to swing and miss.
Marlins with runners at first and second for Justin Bour. Popped out in the first inning. He's driven in 12 runs so far this season, has 3 homers, including 2 on Friday night. It was the second multi-homer game of Bour's career. The other one coming last September against the Braves.
Yeah, came in with 1 home run, hit 2 on Friday night.
Showed home run power a year ago. 23 that he launched out of the park. It's one of those little tough stretches now for Peralta. Let's see how he handles it. Kept them off the board in the first 2 innings. Marlins posed a threat in each of the first 2. They have broken through here in the third and are threatening for more. His first quality start of the year did Peralta last Sunday against the Phillies. When he last faced the Marlins, it was not statistically an effective performance, but he was the pitcher with the winning decision, and in fact beat Tom Kohler on that August 19th matchup between these two teams.
Yeah, Willie in 6 starts is 3-1 against the Fish.
5 quality starts in that stretch. Good ERA of 3.35. Two balls, 1 strike. Going to leave in the count.
Man, that's the pitch he wants. That good sinker going down in the strike zone to get a double play ball. 94 with that last one. The one before 95 miles an hour.
Storyline of this team is multiple storylines, but it really starts with the pitching, starts with the starters. This rotation, if they can start to give Craig Counsell and all involved extended innings, somehow get it to 6, 7's even better.
I would imagine Martin Maldonado and Willie thinking a little bit different on the pitch selection right here. Martin, I think, thinking along what I'm thinking. That power sinker, get a ground ball. Let's not make a mistake with a slider here. Let's see who won that argument.
Quick trip to the mound.
It's usually the pitcher that wins out.
2-2 pitch. Hit in the air to center field. Neuenhuis. 2 men out.
Yep, fastball.
Yep.
Of course, it could have been Willie that wanted the fastball. I'm not. I just assume it's a catcher that wants the right pitch.
Oh well, of course. That's your story, and you're sticking to it.
Right. Yeah. Good call, Martin.
When it works, well, the catcher called it, right?
Yeah.
When it doesn't, either shook me off or after a meeting on the mound.
Yeah, I didn't want to throw that. I didn't call that pitch. You saw him shake off. Let's go to the video. I'll show you.
Peralta now getting ready to face Marcell Ozuna. A ground ball to Colin Walsh to begin the 2nd inning. And there for strike 1. Ozuna with a .226 batting average. Two for 5 last night. And hit into a triple play in Friday night's game. Around the horn it went. On a night where we saw just about everything, including the Brewers' first triple play in 5 years.
That's a good take for Ozuna. That was a pretty good slider right there. Had something on it. Good velocity. Good late break close to the zone. Only Peralta's got to be sitting out there thinking, how does he not swing at that?
Feeding Ozuna a good dose of that very pitch. Let's see what he goes with now with a 2-1 count. Goes back to the fastball, and that's it in the air to center field. Kirk Neuenhuis has it lined up. The inning over. Marlins get a run on the board when the Brewers come up at the bottom of the 3rd. Domingo Santana started the Brewers first with a homer. Let's see what he does in the 3rd. Park. Brewers with a 2-1 lead against the Miami Marlins. Domingo Santana is set to lead things off. Let's look at the Powerball home run count. Domingo Santana, this is what he did his first time up here today. Powerball count, 3 home runs for Domingo Santana. Went opposite field. 3rd home run of the year for the Brewers right fielder. And now gets his 2nd chance against Marlins starter Tom Koehler. Miami gets its first run of the game in the top half of this inning. On base percentage close to .350 here for Santana. So getting on base, showing some power.
And not a guy that's going to make too many outs on the first pitch. He likes to work the count. I mean, he doesn't get a pitch that he likes, he will take it. Even the close pitches. Doesn't seem to be bothered too much working behind the count.
He's behind in the count now on the 1-2. That's Derek Dietrich. 1 out. Mentioned Tom Koehler, born in the Bronx, New York. His father was a sergeant, New York Police Department. And in fact, was one of the first responders in the terrorist attacks September 11, 2001, which in a game last September 11th, as a matter of fact, at Marlins Park, they honored all of those who served, did what they could in that terrible day in 2001. And Tom Koehler's father, Rolf, was there as part of the ceremony. Surprised Tom by being there at that game. Played his college ball, did Tom Koehler at Stony Brook University.
18th rounder by the Marlins, so a diamond in the rough, and ended up getting to the major leagues. He's in his 5th season. He loves stories like that. Of course, I'm not sure how many, first, second rounders have come out of Stony Brook, but
a limited number.
Every now and again, you're going to see a story like that. Or Billy Wagner, right? Ferrum College. Scouts will find you if you can play.
Absolutely.
I mean, no matter where it is. Do a heck of a job, and they don't get enough credit. Scouts that are scouring the minor leagues and college and high school. Tough job.
2-2 the count to Jonathan Villar.
Matter of fact, their job is getting even more complicated and more pressure packed as the June draft approaches, right?
Absolutely.
Important times for every organization. The month of May, coming down to those big decisions.
Sifting through all the information. Opinions of all the scouts. Pour over all the numbers. 2-2 pitch coming to Villar. And another chance for Derek Dietrich. Got to hurry though. Villar is able to beat it out. Yes, sir.
Good speed. You knew it was going to be a tough play for Dietrich, and I would imagine the Marlins are going to have to take a look at that one in the clubhouse and see if they got it right. Tony Randazzo has had a couple of close calls today. Kind of laid back on a little bit. That was his first mistake, and not enough arm to be able to get the out. See if he's backing up on it on the grass.
Villar reaches. Remember, Dietrich be a busy man at second. D. Gordon, this is now game 3 of the 80-game suspension that Gordon is serving. The PED violation. 1 out, 1 on here in the bottom of the 3rd. Both teams now with 5 hits. Brewers scoring their 2 runs in the first inning.
Always have to have a good day on your bobblehead, right? Your bobblehead day.
Oh,
have a good day at the plate.
He's had a knack for good timing.
Yep, he's had a flair for the dramatic in his career.
Yes, he has. Broke the Brewers' career home run record against the Marlins after tying it a few days earlier against the Philadelphia Phillies. Close eye on VR. Remember, on Thursday in Chicago, he stole 3 bases, giving him 5 on the season.
He just keeps creeping out there further and further, and that was a pretty good throw by Kohler, and you can see where VR is going back to the bag, the outfield side of the bag, making the tag a little bit longer.
VR's running. Pitch is taking a strike to Braun, but VR has himself stolen base number 6. Good jump. Real Muto unable to take care of him.
Now he did have a good lead, a good jump. You see him, he was leaning before Kohler went to home plate. Head first slide and just barely able to make it. You see Dietrich just hanging right in there on the bag, straddling the bag, and looks like VR got a bunch of knee in the face. It's kind of the way Jim Gantner used to do it, inflict some pain.
So you get the base, but you're going to feel it.
Yeah, you're going to earn it.
A ball is strike to Ryan Braun, and VR's running again, and Braun chops it foul. Exactly what we saw in Chicago.
Yeah, why not, right? Put the pressure on the defense. Although you don't want to disrupt Ryan Braun too much up there at the plate, because with Braun at the plate, you're always in scoring position. You don't want to make outs when he's up on the bases.
Ryan is 10 for 19 here in this first month of the season with runners in scoring position, and that's the opportunity he has right now. The 1-2. Got a piece.
And a piece of the home plate umpire.
Erwin Danley.
That feels good.
Yeah.
Right on the shoulder. Yep. Remember when you used to have the balloon chest protectors? I think a lot of them wish they still did. That was an American League thing.
Yeah, you always say it was the difference, American League umpires and National League umpires, right? You know, the American League going back to like the 70s maybe.
Right.
Oh, you see the pads.
Yep, the big balloon chest protector with the umpire right over the head of the catcher, which led people to believe it was a high ball league.
1-2 pitch.
Like upper part of the strike zone, not necessarily the drink.
Not necessarily.
That National League had not the balloon chest protector. They had the shoulder pads, the chest protector inside the shirt, off to the side of the catcher, which made him more of a low ball league, they said anyway.
Very noticeable difference back in those days.
Yeah. They always set up in a slot between the catcher and the hitter, making themselves very vulnerable.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Ryan Braun. Jonathan VR, the runner at second. RBI single for Braun in the first inning. He's driven in 19 so far this year. The 2-2. Good matchup going on right here. Braun versus Kohler.
It's interesting watching Kerwin Danley before that pitch as Real Muto was shifting back and forth. He was following him the whole time. A lot of movement back there. Kohler's got to be noticing that as it happens.
The 29-year-old right-hander for the Marlins, Tom Kohler. Again, ready for the 2-2 pitch. Ron's worked it full. Brewers team trying to get that offense turned up. They've been playing from the lead today, and that has been rare air in the past week for this Brewers club as Chris Carter waits on deck. Payoff pitch coming. VR is running. And this at bat continues. Nice work by Eddie Cedar down there with the stand.
He's moving around nicely this year.
Yeah.
He was hobbled with that bad knee. He got that fixed, and he's just bouncing around that third base area.
Say it again, the ultimate of profiles. Ed Cedar. One of the good ones. 3-2 to Braun. A smash and a base hit to right. VR being waved in, and it's the second RBI of the day for Ryan Braun. 3-1 Milwaukee.
Well, beating the shift, and Dietrich was playing up the middle. Not sure if that's such a wise move with Ryan Braun. You could see him not able to get there, and another RBI for Brawny. So 2 RBIs, 2 hits on the slider that time. Right down the middle. Ryan not trying to pull it, and hits it hard into right. Guy can hit. He's something. A slider down the middle and drives in another. So VR with the infield hit, stolen base. Brewers have another run.
Braun now 11 for 20 this season with runners in scoring position. Here's Chris Carter.
It seemed like Kohler was willing to walk him. He was throwing curveballs on 3-2 and really not giving him much to hit. He makes a mistake with a slider, and Braun makes him pay.
9-pitch at bat. Good ending for Braun and the Brewers. Carter trying to add to it. The roughest start for Kohler this season was at home against the Braves. Went 3 2/3, gave up 9 hits and 6 runs, 5 of which were earned. The Marlins playing some very good ball, and especially on the road. They were swept at home in the middle of April by the Braves. And Atlanta, beyond that series, has won only 2 other games. Rays are 5-18. Curveball chop foul there to even the count 2-2.
Yeah, the Brewers have 8 wins. Minnesota only 7-17 coming into play today. That's probably the biggest surprise. Atlanta 5-18.
0-9 for the Twins. 0-9 start. Craig Counsell's group mentioned 8-15. They will welcome the Angels to Miller Park tomorrow night. Carter swings and sends this one deep to right field, and Stanton can only watch. It's gone. He hit it a ton. Chris Carter, number 6.
Well, he came in 0 for 12. He centered up on a baseball his first time up, got under it. It didn't even sound like he got it on the sweet spot. That's how strong he is. There's that 2-seam fastball. Let's see where he makes contact. Down toward the end a little bit, and he's so strong, able to knock it into the Toyota territory out there in right center. Now the Brewers with a 3 spot here in the 3rd. And a 5-1 lead. Good to see the guys able to swing the bats and stake themselves to a 4-run lead.
Kirk Neuenhuis, and he bloops one into center field. That'll drop a base hit. Oh yeah, the bats are alive today at the expense of Kohler. You're right though. Ron Nieves making his way onto the mound here. Right about Carter though, out to the Toyota territory, and it was toward the end of the bat.
Yeah.
I mean, when he really barrels up on one.
Right. I think everybody waiting, not just us fans, but I think the guys in the dugout are waiting for him to just turn on one in the game and pull it, and get Bernie running for his life up there. I'm calling it sometime this year.
Oh yeah.
He's going up there. Nice easy swing. Let's go with the top hand and watch how far it goes. That's where the lefties hit him.
Man. Colin Walsh takes a look at a curve. Mentioned when Nieves went back out there, really enjoyed your chat. Chatted on Brewers Live portions last night and tonight, or this afternoon. Chat with the Marlins pitching coach and of course the author of the one no-hitter in Brewers history,
right,
1987.
Yeah, he's coached for 2 World Series champions, the White Sox. He was a bullpen coach and a pitching coach for the 2013 Red Sox. Good resume.
Oh, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Needed 128 pitches, right, for his no-hitter.
Yeah.
3 years as a Brewer. That 87 season was the second of 3.
Great guy, Juan. I asked him if he's talked to Teddy Aguirre. He says once in a while, once a month.
Yeah.
Those two guys were inseparable in their days. Those two guys, one year, I think it was 3 years ago, they were fantasy camp coaches. That was a blast.
Now that would be fun and informative, right?
Yeah.
Pick the brains of those guys.
Yep. I asked Juan if Teddy was going to be. He was a pitching coach for a couple of times, I think, for Mexico in the WBC. He says he's not sure. He's going to find out. Give me a call, let me know, and I'll let you know then. Good to reconnect with the old teammates. It really is.
Oh yeah, I bet. The stories, the memories.
Yeah.
1-2 pitch to Walsh to carry out of play. 3 on the board here in the third for Milwaukee. RBI single from Ryan Braun, 2-run homer from Chris Carter. Neuenhuis followed that with a single to center. 4 straight Brewers have reached here after Santana began the inning with a ground ball to second. Runner on the move. Pitch is taken and the throw is upstairs. Running game is going here for Milwaukee.
The throw's not very good by Real Muto behind home plate. The first one, VR stolen base, a little bit short, and this one high. Yeah, decent jump, but I think a good throw is going to get him at second base. It's not even close. Actually, a good play by Hechavarria, to keep it in the infield.
Walsh, a swing and a miss. 2-2 the count. Or excuse me, a full count to the Brewers' third baseman. And there's ball 4. So 5 straight Brewers now have reached.
Yeah, gotta believe that the bullpen is going to start getting busy for the Marlins. Kohler at 71 pitches. And a lot of pitches here in the third, 35 pitches.
The Marlins have had 2 strong outings from their starting pitching. Obviously a great outing from Adam Conley on Friday night. 7 2/3 of no-hit baseball. Wei Chen was effective last night, although the Brewers were able to start to get to him, and then they got into the bullpen and had some success. It's been a part of it with this Marlins team on the road trip. They've been getting good starting pitching, but their bullpen had been very good as well. Brewers have been able to get to it, but not enough. Too big of a hole to climb out of in the first 2 games of this series.
Yeah, you just wonder, you know, down the road. I mean, that 80-game suspension for D. Gordon. I mean, he's a catalyst to this offense. He was last year. Led league in hitting, led league in hits. Right now, Dietrich's swinging the bat pretty well, but he's not near the defender that D. Gordon is. Not too many are.
No. Well, that Whoop single that Lucroy was able to get in the 9th inning with 1 out. Perhaps Gordon makes that play. Dietrich gave it a great effort, a diving attempt, but was not quite able to come up with it. But he's given his team a little bit of bat here in this series. He has a hit today, and he homered last night, did Dietrich. A ball, 2 strikes to Aaron Hill. Blocked by Real Muto. Bounced up there.
Yeah, just picked it, backhanded.
He had some success throwing out attempted base stealers coming into this game, but the Brewers have been able to run on them so far this afternoon, including 2 stolen bases in this 3rd inning. Kohler laboring right now.
And that's the thing you can do. I mean, you can put the pressure on the defense when you either are close, you have the lead. When you're down by a bunch of runs, you really can't run too much, and you take a lot of these Brewers out of their game. You guys want to run, and you can't be making outs on the bases when you're down, you know, 5, 6 runs.
Bullpen heating up now for Miami. Runners on the move, and Hill slaps it foul. That was Cody Eaton warming up in the Marlins bullpen. I mentioned a little while ago that Kohler was scuffled against the Brewers, and there you see the numbers in Miller Park. And so far, the Brewers are in line to maybe bump that ERA up even more here. In fact, they are in line to do that. 3-2 pitch. Runners on the move, and it's ball 4 to Aaron Hill, and the bases are loaded. And it looks like Don Mattingly may be going to that bullpen. Yes, he will. So a tough day and a short day for Tom Kohler. Mentioned the poorest of his outings was 3 2/3 against the Braves. Brewers get to him with a couple runs in the first, 3 more in the 3rd, and the bases are loaded. 5-1 Milwaukee, a pitching change at Miller Park. Tom Kohler, his day ends just 2 1/3 innings. He's responsible for all 3 Brewers, and a frustrating day for the big right-hander for Miami as Cody Iggy now is in for the Fish.
And just what the Brewers need, a struggling pitcher. They were able to jump on Iggy. 5th appearance. He made his major league debut on April 23rd. That was against the Giants. And 5 appearances down in the minor leagues. And he got roughed up a little bit down in the minor leagues. A .736 earned run average.
And 5 games down there. And here's Martin Maldonado. Kurt Neuenhuis at third. Colin Walsh at second. Aaron Hill, the runner, at first. 3 runs across so far in inning number 3 for Milwaukee. Maldonado hit into a fielder's choice in the 2nd inning. Big inning opportunity here for the Crew. And it's a 3-0 count to Martin Maldonado. Iggy was originally drafted by the Texas Rangers in 2013. 24 years old, out of Sioux City, Iowa. Played his college ball at the University of Louisville.
They give Maldonado the green light here. Get that first hit under his belt.
3-0 pitch. And he'll take it. Start number 5 this year for Martin Maldonado. Hitters count. And he's just drawn a walk. And that will score Neuenhuis, make it 6-1 Brewers.
Yeah, 3 straight walks. Boy, this inning started out with a ground ball to second. 7 straight base runners.
So they get 6 runs now charged to Kohler, and still his responsibility. 2 more out there. Here's Willie Peralta with a fly ball to right that ended the 2nd inning. 9th man to hit in the inning for the Crew. And Iggy is having trouble locating the strike zone.
Yeah, that herky-jerky low 3/4 delivery. And sometimes it can be difficult to repeat that and throw strikes on a consistent basis.
Mattingly and Nieves trying to solve the mystery right now. Peralta looking for his first hit this year. Still just 1 out here in the 3rd. Iggy came over. We mentioned he was drafted by the Rangers, but came to the Marlins via a trade at the deadline last year. Sam Dyson involved in that swap. As Nieves will try to settle down his 24-year-old left-hander.
Yeah, the wheels can get turning very quickly on you. Come in, you just recently recalled from the minor leagues. Although he's had some pretty good appearances since coming up. With the bases loaded, you just can't find the plate.
Two balls, no strikes to Willie Peralta. A 4-run 3rd so far for the Brewers. And a 4-run 7th last night to get back into the game. Trailing 7-1 at the time. Two-one pitch. Peralta, a liner to left field. Ichiro the diving catch, but tagging is Walsh. He will score. And it's an RBI for Peralta.
Rope, huh? How about Willie? Gets an RBI. That gets a smile on his face. Good to see the guys having some fun down there. It's been a while.
Making a little contact here today is Peralta.
Really thinking best contact of my life, and it's got to be right at Ichiro.
Look at that cut.
That's a nice swing. Not a fastball. Rips it. Look at Ichiro. Come on. But he drives in a run.
Yep. 7-1 is the score now. Top of the order for Domingo Santana. Santana homered to lead off the home half of the first. Saying, man, and I'll take the sac fly, but come on.
I know. Well, Willie's got some runs to work with today.
Yes, he does. Since Santana homered in the first, he began this third inning with a ground ball to second. A 5-run inning here for Milwaukee. Not their biggest inning of the year, but approaching it. They had a 6-run sixth last Sunday against the Phillies. 3 balls, 1 strike to Santana. Brewers got the early jump. 2 runs in the first. Santana with a smash into right field, a base hit. Here comes Aaron Hill. The throw from Stanton is not in time.
Yep, one of the best throwing arms in the big leagues. Sorry about stepping on you there, but I was looking forward to seeing that throw. It was right on the money. Well, Don Madden is going to want to take a look at it, I'm sure, but well, you knew when this ball was hit, it was going to be close. Aaron Hill trying to score, and looks like he did get his foot in there. And the Marlins are taking a look at it. This is one of the best throwing arms in the game. Not only has something on it, but very accurate. Pretty close.
It is. I was looking forward to that too. That
there's the tag. It looks like he missed him except for the arm. I think he's safe. You get 30 seconds.
And they will not ask for a review. So it's an 8-1 ball game, a 6-run inning. Santana with his second RBI of the game. There's Jonathan Villar. Infield single his first trip. This is down the line, a fair ball. Maldonado will score. It'll rattle around in the corner. Santana to third, Villar to second. And it's a 7-run inning for the Brewers.
Well, when it rains, it pours, huh? Yeah, amazing. Just slicing that one down the right field line. That thing was fair by about a foot. On a pitch, it was off the plate. That's just a good piece of hitting by Villar. Gets on top of it. Hits a bullet down the line. And I'm not quite sure why Santana was going back to first base on the contact because there's 2 outs. But because of that, he's not able to score.
Nine to 1 Milwaukee. Here's Ryan Braun. 2 singles, 2 RBIs for him this afternoon. And again, he's up with runners in scoring position.
Tom Kohler, 2 1/3 and 8 runs, all earned. Another rough outing here at Miller Park.
Can't be liking this ballpark at all. They're facing the Brewers in general. See, Braun has added to that with a couple of hits with runners in scoring position today.
That's 15 of his 20 RBIs this year.
11 for 20. And another chance right now. 1-1 pitch. This is lifted into right field. Giancarlo Stanton will make the catch, and the inning is over. And a big inning for the Crew. Ryan Braun with a single, a run-scoring single, and then Chris Carter a 2-run homer, part of a 7-run inning here at Miller Park.
The Brewers now take a 9-1 lead as we head to the fourth here at Miller Park. And looking ahead to the series starting tomorrow against the Angels, Jimmy Nelson will be on the mound. He's got 3 of the Brewers' 5 quality starts. They're looking to hand Jared Weaver his first loss. And the news this morning that Junior Guerra will come up from AAA Colorado Springs to take the spot of Taylor Youngman in the rotation. Council saying that they decided to go with Guerra over top pitching prospect Jorge Lopez. He's just off to a better start. He's got 4 starts in at AAA, an ERA just over 4. They did not see him as a starter in spring training. They just didn't have a need for him there. So he said he has been a starter in winter ball most of his career, 3-pitch guy. So they're looking forward to seeing him on Tuesday.
All right, Sophia, thank you very much. In fact, Junior Guerra was the first player acquired by a new general manager, David Stearns, back last September. And we will see him with the Brewers on Tuesday.
He's got big league time with the White Sox last year. Fastball, slider, changeup.
JT Real Muto leading off here in the 4th for Miami. Another note on Guerra, he did appear in 3 games for the White Sox last season, all out of the bullpen. Well, the Brewers send 12 men to the plate in the bottom of the 3rd for their biggest inning of the year, 7 runs to give them a 9-1 lead.
Yeah, Willie needs to have a quick inning here and just keep the momentum going, and finds himself down in the count. Of course, he was sitting in that dugout for a long time. You wonder how that's going to affect him. You hope it doesn't.
And there's a base hit for Real Muto here to start the 4th. Yeah, with this kind of lead, you just need to
throw strikes, get ahead.
Absolutely.
You know, not mess around too much. You got an 8-run lead early. They got behind in the count, and when you get 3-1 counts, that fastball not nearly as effective.
That is hit number 6 for the Marlins. And they have the 1 run, but they have stranded 5 through the first 3 innings. They've had some chances. Adeiny Echeverria at the plate. He grounded to Aaron Hill at second in inning number 2. Four-hit night last night, tied a career high for him. And a chance maybe for 2. Hill, there's VR1 on the first. That's a double play.
There you go. That good power sinker. That 2-seamer 93 getting his ground ball. That's the way it's done. That was to be our fastball to first that time.
Yeah, it was.
See the way he gets those fingers on top of the baseball. That's where he gets that downward movement. That's where he gets the ground balls. It's a good pitch.
Two outs and the base is empty. And the relief pitcher Cody Ege will hit. Well, the Marlins had won 7 straight, or have won 7 straight going into this game. Last Sunday in San Francisco, 4 straight in LA, and then the first 2 games of this series. Ege stays in there, a ball, 2 strikes. Getting his first big league activity this season is Cody Ege.
Pretty good hack up there. He's hanging right in there. Fouled off a slider, then a 95-mile-an-hour fastball able to get a piece of.
First big league plate appearance for him. 1-2 pitch. Make it 2-2. Goes back up the middle. Tough chance. VR behind the bag and not in time. How about that? Cody Ege.
That's pretty good at bat right there.
There it was.
I mean, he hung right in there, and I tell you, he was getting down that line like a position player.
That was his second professional at bat. He had 1 plate appearance in the minor leagues, and this is his first at bat in the big leagues.
Well, he's 1 for 1.
Yeah. Retire.
Only one way to go from there.
Top of the order, Ichiro. Doubled his last at bat. So he is 54 hits away from 3,000. Countdown continues for the 42-year-old. Mentioned Tuffy's in the lineup 2 of the 3 games in this series, but you figure the Yelich, Ozuna, Stanton trio be tough to get in there, but you never know what can happen over the course of a season. He appeared in 153 games last year. 438 plate appearances did Ichiro in what was the toughest year at the plate for him in his career. He hit .229 the year before with the Yankees. He hit .284.
Yeah, with the outfield situation for the Marlins, Ozuna was in the minor leagues a lot. Stanton got hurt. Those around the Marlins say he played a little bit too much for his age, so wasn't able to get the hits. 91 hits is all.
Right back to Peralta. And the inning is over. Marlins strand another runner, and we go to the bottom of the 4th, 9-1 Milwaukee. The fourth we go at Miller Park. A good day so far today. Here's Cricket, something to smile about in that third inning. Certainly was, Rock. 7 on the board.
Yeah, the Brewers 6 hits, 3 walks. All 3 walks came around to score, and certainly momentum established by Willie Peralta has been able to keep the Marlins off the board except for the third inning, a single run. But offense coming to life, and once again the bottom of the order playing a big part of it. Didn't get any hits, but 3 walks at the bottom of the order. Willie Peralta with a sacrifice fly, and the big blow, that Chris Carter home run, that 2-run shot into the Toyota territory. So good work by the Brewers offense. All started with good starting pitching in the early part of the game today.
And Carter leads off here in the fourth, and he lines one down the line and left, and it's gone. Another liner leaves the yard for Chris Carter. Second of the day.
Now, a lot of times a ball hit like that's going to hook foul, but it didn't have time. It was hit so hard. Yeah, Carter down the middle. Nice easy swing. Good follow through, and that ball was hit like a bullet out there. It was trying to hook foul, but didn't have time in the early part of the game today. Now you see it.
Chris is back on track. A tough few games in the last week, and he's gone deep twice tonight. It's the 12th multi-homer game of Carter's career. Neuenhuis to left field. That'll fall.
12 hits already for the Crew. Yeah, watch where this ball starts. A lot of times that's going to hook foul, but hit too hard. Didn't have time to hook foul. Just inside that foul pole.
You mentioned the multi-homer games, and there's the last one he had with the Astros against the Orioles. Talked about that bottom of the order drawing walks. Began with this man, Colin Walsh, who drew his 10th walk of the season in the third inning. A rude greeting here for Cody Ege. Came on in relief in the third for Tom Kohler, who lasted just 2 1/3, giving up 8 hits and 8 runs. And that one got him. He's going to feel that one a little bit. And athletic trainer Dan Wright's going to take a look at him.
Yeah, Iggy all over the place in this game. And check this out. That fastball, and gets him right on the funny bone, right on that back elbow. That's going to sting a little bit. He'll feel a little bit better in a little while. You get hit there on that nerve, and you kind of feel like your arm goes numb, but it comes back. Dan Wright doing a strength test, and good luck getting Colin Walsh out of the game.
Rule 5 pick getting pretty good opportunities to play over at third base, be in the lineup, and that's the case again today as they slide Aaron Hill over to second, where Hill has played the vast majority of his career. Hill at the plate now, and a ground ball through and a base hit. Neuenhuis will stop at third, and the bases are loaded here in inning number 4. Aaron Hill with 2 hits, and he's also walked today. Good day for him so far.
Yeah. Well, it looks like the Marlins are going to leave Iggy out there for a while. They want to eat up their entire bullpen. Has been ineffective so far. He's faced 9 batters, and just about every one of them is reached.
Here's Martin Maldonado, who walked in a run in that 7-run third inning. Bases loaded for him again. 10-1 the score. The Brewers have blown it wide open, and there's a sharp ground ball. That's a base hit. Neuenhuis will score. Rounding third is Walsh. Throw to the plate, and Walsh is out at home.
Well, Ichiro still with a pretty good arm. Not as strong as it used to be, but very accurate. Able to get Walsh at home plate. Still can't run on him after all these years.
After all these years.
A bullet by Maldonado, his first hit of the season, and I think Colin Walsh a little surprised that Eddie sent him. Kind of slowed down a little bit and get tagged by Real Muto on a good throw by Suzuki. One hopper right on the money. Doesn't get any better than that.
Close. The throw was there, but Walsh's slide and the way the tag is applied, pretty close. Willie Peralta, sacrifice fly in the last inning, and this one is sent into right field. Stanton going back near the wall, and he makes the catch. And advancing is Aaron Hill.
My goodness.
As Peralta again, he has made some pretty good contact here today.
What's gotten into him today? My goodness. Boom. That's a nice swing. Willie Peralta line drive out his last time up to left for a sac fly and nearly hits one out. A nice play by Stanton up against the fence.
He thought, come on, man.
Yeah, I don't think it was quite that.
Runners at the corners with 2 men out. Two more runs across here for the Brewers. Hernan Perez having a little fun.
He knows he hit one last night.
A ball, 2 strikes to Domingo Santana. In the 4th inning, this is his 4th at bat. And that is in there for strike 3 call. Another good inning for the Brewers. Willie Peralta now with a 10-run lead. As Chris Carter for the 2nd time today goes deep on a liner down the line. It's 11-1 Milwaukee.
Run of the day adds on 2 more runs. The Brewers now lead the Marlins 11-1 as we head to the 5th here at Miller Park. As the Brewers Community Foundation harnesses the pride, passion, and commitment of our fans, players, and other supporters to make a difference in our community. If you're looking for summer fun, the 18th annual 5K Famous Racing Sausages Run Walk will take place on Saturday, July 30th, and the second annual Hitting for the Cycle benefit bike ride will be on Saturday, August 13th. Registration is open for both of those events, and you can go to brewers.com/BCF to learn more and register.
Thank you very much, Sophia. Top of the 5th we go, as Martin Prado will lead things off, as the Brewers taking out some frustrations through the first 4 innings. 11 runs on 14 hits off the combination of Tom Kohler and Cody Ige. And Prado stings one into center field. That's his second hit of the day. He's on one torrid stretch right now.
He's locked in. He's hitting everything hard. And not trying to pull it. A heck of a ball player. Martin Prado, very underrated. Do a lot for you, including hit.
He is 14 of his last 26. Here's Derek Dietrich. Second baseman 1 for 2 today. He singled to center in the first. Really, Peralta settle in and continue to give his team some innings and get himself another at bat. Swinging a pretty mean bat today.
Pitch count's in pretty good shape as we work here in the 5th inning. 76 pitches, not bad. Greg Counsell would certainly like to get at least 2 more out of him.
One and one to Dietrich. In the bottom of the 7th at Wrigley Field, Braves and Cubs, they were postponed yesterday, but the Braves leading John Lackey and the Cubs today 3-0. Reds on top of the Pirates 4-3. They're in the top of the 8th in Pittsburgh. Dietrich sends one deep into center field, and that's going to go off the wall. Prado on his way to third. They're going to wave him in. He's going to score. Dietrich trying to get 3 out of it, and he will. Derek Dietrich, his second hit of the day. Second triple of the year. It's an 11-2 ball game.
Yeah, taking that one right over the head of Kirk Neuenhuis out in center field. I mean, that was a fastball, 2-1 count. Willie just not wanting to walk anybody. Gave him one to hit, and he pounded over the head of Neuenhuis. And Prado with good speed, able to score. Still nobody out, and a man at third base.
Here's Giancarlo Stanton. Singled to right and walked, and there's a ground ball to Walsh. A run will score, and the throw to first is in time as Dietrich is in. RBI ground out for Giancarlo Stanton. And out number 1 here in the 5th. Here's Justin Bour. Mentioned that big night he had on Friday and was able to turn around. He had been scuffling. He was 0 for his last 11 going into this series and had the big night on Friday. 3 for 4, the 2 homers. He drove in 5. Chris Carter has played that role today of a guy who can launch, who had a few tough games, but he's homered twice today. He has the Brewers first baseman.
Boy, way out of the zone there. Yeah, Friday night, Justin Bour with 2 homers, 5 RBIs, and he works pretty well with no sleep.
Yeah, this was a Marlins team that had a night game on Thursday in Los Angeles. Flew into Milwaukee, got here, what, about 7 in the morning. Adam Conley went ahead of the team, Friday's starting pitcher, but tonight where Mattingly was able to rest a couple of his regulars, including Giancarlo Stanton, along with JT Realmuto and Adeiny Echeverria. But Adam Conley had a great night, 7 2/3 of no-hit ball, but after 116 pitches, he was lifted. Moore with a ground ball into the shift, and that's Aaron Hill, and he makes the play.
How long will it be before Conley forgets about that opportunity that he had that was not to be?
Somewhere between a long time and never.
Never. I mean, that's a once in a lifetime opportunity to pitch a no-hitter. He had 2 outs in the 8th inning. He had just gotten it out, and Don Mattingly went and got him, and to the surprise of everyone.
It was interesting, Mattingly telling reporters after the game that it was an easy decision.
How many chances do you get, though?
No, you're right.
I
Absolutely.
mean, I get all the pitch counts, and we talked to Juan Nieves about that. There's
Marcell Ozuna, and he smacks one deep to left, and he continues to thrive at Miller Park. Over his last 10 games, he has done just that 7 times.
Well, Willie allowing the Marlins to creep back into this ball game, and that was a long home run right there. There's a slider that just kind of stayed down the middle of the plate, and Ozuna just hammers it. It's kind of one of those cement mixers that really didn't do much. It spun up there, but didn't move much.
A 3-run inning here for Miami. The way this game is going, it's not cruise control time yet. Not that it really ever is in baseball.
No, it's not now. I mean,
Nope.
now a 3 spot in the 5th inning.
Two-0 pitch. Marlins with 10 hits. Brewers with 14.
This is where you just got to slam the door. Your offense is giving you a 10-run lead. You can't let them up for air. And Willie having a difficult time with his command. All of a sudden, the pitch count starting to climb near 90.
His high for the season in terms of pitch count is 96. A couple of weeks ago against the Cardinals. The chopper to Jonathan Villar. And that'll do it for the Marlins in the 5th. But Miami scores 3 times, and we are halfway through. It's 11-4. Milwaukee leading Miami.
Fifth inning, and the Cruz homestand continues with an interleague series tomorrow night through Wednesday afternoon as the Brewers welcome the Los Angeles Angels to town for a 3-game matchup here at Miller Park. Go to Brewers.com for tickets. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
Angels. We just say Angels.
Halos.
Jose Urena now in for the Marlins. He's the guy who came in for Adam Conley on Friday night here at Miller Park.
Yeah, he got touched up pretty good on Friday night. 3 runs, 4 hits in an inning of work. He struck out a batter, and Brewers trying to creep back into the game on Friday night. Urena not able to close the door. They had to bring their closer in, and on for the 4th time this year. And you can see that big earned run average. A lot of that damage because of his appearance on Friday night.
Jonathan VR. 3 for 3 this afternoon. Takes a strike from Urena. 24-year-old. Can get it up there pretty effectively, mid-90s.
A good changeup we saw on Friday night, but Brewers able to get to him.
At the plate, presented by Blaze Pizza. VR with a double, scored in the 1st inning, infield single, stole a base and scored in the 3rd. RBI double also in the 3rd. Brewers had 12 hitters in that 3rd inning, in which they scored 7 times. A ball, 2 strikes to Jonathan VR. The 1-2 got him swinging. 97.
Yeah, he rushed that one up there. That changeup he throws. I mean, we saw some changeups from Urena on Friday night, about 90 miles an hour. So he gets it up there pretty good. 97 up in the zone that time.
Ryan Braun on his bobblehead day, and he's making it right. RBI single up the middle, scoring VR in the 1st. Another RBI knock in the 3rd, and this is hit in the air to center field. Lots of room for Marcell Ozuna. 2 up, 2 down in the 5th. The good news about this Brewers group today is with every hitter we can talk about, in almost every case, having a good day. Day for Braun, and a good day going for this man, Chris Carter. Two-run homer in the 3rd, a solo screamer in the 4th. Down the left field line.
The surprise is not when he hits the home runs and he gets in those hot streaks. The surprise is when you watch him every day, patience at the plate, doesn't overswing. The surprise is the strikeouts. That's a head scratcher, because he's got a good approach at the plate, nice easy swing, but as is the case with a lot of big guys, that swing and miss. Sometimes you can't get out of that mode.
So be out of play.
And just watch the swings for Chris Carter. You're not talking about guys that are over swinging here. That's a nice easy swing, one-handed. Takes the top hand off and into the Toyota territory. That's a nice easy swing as well. Right down the line, hooks it around that foul pole. Frank Howard would be happy about that homer.
Good call.
That was Hondo's hitting philosophy. Hook one around the foul pole.
There you go. Carter strikes out swinging. The Brewers retired in order. It's 11-4 as we move to the 6th. Miami Marlins. Series wrap up this afternoon. Our CarSoup.com trivia question: who's the Brewers' single-season leader for hits as a pinch hitter? And the answer is Lenny Harris, now the third base coach for the Marlins.
One of the best pinch hitters of all time.
Well, we'll see what he did in his time as a Brewer. And Echeverria leading off the fifth, and there is hit number 11 for Miami.
Yeah, Marlins are going to go away, and Willie, with the big lead, trying to get strike one, and the Marlins jumping all over it. Last thing you want to do is walk anybody. Interesting to see what Willie, his day today. He's got one walk, no strikeouts so far today. So the Marlins have been able to put the baseball in play.
Urania, the relief pitcher, will go ahead and hit, showing bunt there. So a long way to go.
And no activity in that bullpen. I think Craig Counsell making a statement to his right-hander saying, this is your inning. Let's get through it. We need 6 out of you at least. I think with the pitch count the way it is right now, I think 6 would be a good number for him at this point.
Urania with the bunt. Peralta will make the play at first. Aaron Hill covering as Echeverria advances to second. And Willie went 6 in his last start a week ago against the Phillies. Back up top to Ichiro. See his day. Make a couple plays out and left this afternoon as well. And he lays one down, but Peralta will let it roll foul. Ichiro trying to bunt his way aboard here.
And they're just trying to get base runners on base, and maybe somebody pop one out of here to get the Marlins even closer.
At 42 years of age, he is not the oldest player in the bigs. Bartolo Colon has a year on him. His Hall of Fame run began in 2001 in the big leagues here, coming over from Japan.
The only player in the big leagues that has his first name on his back.
Pretty close to automatic in the run he had, that he was going to get you at least a 300 batting average, and a few times well above that, including 350 his rookie year. In 2004 he hit 372. Nothing fluky about it that year. He had 762 plate appearances that season. A hit machine, and a soft liner grabbed by Aaron Hill for the second out.
I look forward to the way he handles his Hall of Fame induction speech. Because it's a sure thing.
Yeah.
I mean, be the first Asian player in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I don't think there would be a whole lot of mystery as to whether he makes it.
Just a matter of whether he's going to have his 3,000 hits or not.
Right. 54 away. Here's Martin Prado. He has a 7-game hitting streak, extending it here this afternoon with a couple of singles in 3 trips.
7 hits in a series.
Yeah, those first 2 3-hit games in this series. He had 3 straight games, did Prado, of collecting 3 hits. Held to 2 last night. It's been terrific here this stretch that he's had. 14 of his last 26 at the plate. Ground ball in the hole. Tough play VR and no play for VR. Echeverria advancing to third. Infield single for Martin Prado, and he has a 3-hit day.
Yeah, they had him pinched in the middle, up the middle. Why not? I guess his 2 hits today have come right back through the middle and hits it right where VR normally would be in a normal setup. I guess abnormal setup, but because he's up the middle, no play to get Prado at first base. Another 3-hit night, or another 3-hit game.
And pitching coach Derek Johnson will have a chat. Brewers bullpen starting to get busy. It was an 11-1 game after 4. The Marlins scoring 3 times in the 5th. Blaine Boyer getting loose for Milwaukee. Marlins with a 2-out threat. Runners at first and third here in the 6th.
Well, you know what's the pattern for Craig Counsell when you get to the 7th inning with a lead, but you got to get to the 7th inning first. So if Willie, I would imagine, allows another base runner, it might be Boyer to finish this 6th inning.
Peralta will face Derek Dietrich. RBI triple in the 5th inning. He has a 2-hit day going so far. He's singled in the 1st. The 1 pitch. Long road trip ends this afternoon for Miami. 9-game homestand beginning on Tuesday when the Diamondbacks visit Marlins Park. Brewers will be there a week from Monday. Four runs on 12 hits for Miami. Marlins have stranded 6 so far in this game. And 3-1 the count.
Man, messing around. He's going after Dietrich with a couple of changeups. 2 changeups back to back, and both of them out of the strike zone.
He's a guy who could get his team back in the game in a hurry. See if Peralta can avoid Stanton. Full count now to Derek Dietrich. A long way to go here. Brewers jumped out to a 2-0 lead in the 1st and then exploded for 7 runs in the 3rd. Marlins starting to fight back a little bit. Peralta ready with the 3-2 pitch. And that's back up the middle and a base hit. Echeverria will score. Prado to third, and it's an 11-5 game.
And now you got Giancarlo Stanton coming up, and the big question now becomes, does Craig Counsell stay with Peralta? And it looks like that question has been answered. I would imagine you got to classify this as a disappointing outing for Willie. He had a 10-run lead, and all of a sudden now the Marlins, one swing of the bat and they're right back in it. I mean, they're back in it at this point.
He goes 5 2/3 does Willie Peralta. He will leave having given up 5 runs, and 2 men are aboard. 11-5 Milwaukee. Giving up 5 runs. You see those 13 hits and responsible for the runners at first and third. Craig Counsell forced to go to his bullpen, and he goes with Blaine Boyer right now.
Yeah, Boyer making his 10th appearance at .318 earned run average. Pitched on Friday against these Marlins. 2 innings, gave up a run, a couple of strikeouts, and allowed a home run to Justin Bour, who's on deck. And you got the big fella coming up. 2 outs, a couple of men on, a big fly here, and we've got an interesting ball game here at Miller Park.
Stanton has an RBI in his last 7 outings, including one today. And he is at 5 homers on this road trip for Miami, including a monster blast last night. Takes a strike from Blaine Boyer. Brewers into the bullpen earlier than they would have wanted, or maybe even expected today, with what was at one time a 10-run lead. 1-strike pitch. Stanton, it sounded like a broken bat, floats out there to center, and Neuenhuis will squeeze it. Inning over. We move to the bottom of the 6th at 11-5. Brewers lead the Marlins.
Up by 6, and 2 weeks from today, the Brewers host their first all-kid giveaway of this season as they square off against the Padres on Sunday, May 15th. And all kids 14 and under get a Jonathan Lucroy replica jersey, courtesy of Quick Trip.
Right here you go.
Very nice. Very
nice.
nice.
Very nice.
That is. That's an XL.
I don't think that'll work for me.
No, it's an
youth.
all kid giveaway.
Gotcha.
Right?
I gotcha.
Okay.
All right.
If there are any kids out there saying that's a little bit big for me, that's a big jersey. It's a big kid jersey.
There are things I could say there, but we'll let it go. Here's Kirk Neuenhuis working against Urania back out there for the Marlins, and this pop-up is gathered by Echeverria, out number 1.
Yeah, Urania has kind of brought some semblance of order to this game for Miami. Retired the first 4 that he's faced with a couple of strikeouts.
There's Colin Walsh. He has reached a couple of times. A painful reach his last plate appearance. He got hit near the elbow his last at bat. Also walked in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, Walsh doubled to left on Friday night against Urania, right down the left field line.
One of the 2 hits he has big leagues, the Rule 5 draft pick. We'll see what he can do over there at third base. The lineup there once again this afternoon. Sends this one to left center. That's Ozuna. 2 men out. It's the bottom of the 6th here. It's an 11-5 game, but the Marlins trailed by 10 after 3. Or after 4 rather. They scored 3 runs in the 5th and 1 more in the top half of this inning. Aaron Hill has been on base all day. A couple of singles and a walk. No balls, 2 strikes. Hill at second once again this afternoon.
If he continues to swing the bat well, you might see him out there on a regular basis. Yeah, the guy that's going to be swinging the bat the best, I would imagine, going to be at second and third. And Perez been swinging the bat well since he's been called up. Rivera has had a tough time at the plate. The bat plays, you know.
Absolutely. All of this while Scooter Gennett is on the disabled list with the oblique tightness. Hill fighting through the early season struggles. They doubled last night. He has some things turned around for him. A 2-hit afternoon so far here today. And this is over to second base. That's Dietrich. You may have tipped that, but nonetheless, it is an out, and it's a 1-2-3 inning, and we are through 6. It's 11-5 Milwaukee.
We head to the 7th. The Brewers have an 11-5 lead here in the series finale. We go down on the farm, check in with some of the Brewers prospects, and Josh Hader just continues to impress with the Biloxi Shuckers, the 21-year-old left-hander. Good luck to you if you're a left-handed batter against him. No hits allowed yet. Yesterday against Tennessee, he went 6 innings, 1-run ball on just 4 hits, had 5 strikeouts, and that's part of 32 strikeouts for him on the season in 5 starts, and the Shuckers continue to roll. They now have a 16-6 record in the Southern League.
All right, Sophia, thank you very much. Part of that Brewers system that gives everybody reason for some optimism in the big picture.
Yeah. They have he's an impressive fastball. I mean, they say that he's got an electric fastball, big league ready right now. Still working on spinning it a little bit. More consistency with a breaking ball.
Justin Bour leading off here in the 7th inning for Miami. Checking in the Tuesday night starter. We mentioned it earlier, but if you're just dialing us in here today, Junior Guerra will come up. Craig Counsell letting everybody know that earlier today. He will start on Tuesday night against the Los Angeles Angels.
Yeah, Brewers are going to make a roster move, and it remains to be seen what that move will be to make room for Guerra.
Ball 2 strikes to Justin Bour, looking for his first hit today. He is popped to third, flied to center, and grounded to second. Being a double-A, there was a pretty good video clip making the rounds on social media or what have you of Brett Phillips, who very promising center fielder. He's pretty active in the world of social media, but apparently the other night there was a possum that got onto the field, and he started to chase it down until then it was kind of a role reversal. The possum started to turn the other way, and Brett said,
those things are mean.
Yeah, he wanted none of it.
Yeah, that's not a good idea to be chasing down a possum.
No, he did reconsider. He took a few strides, and then it was, I don't think so. Known mostly right now by a lot of people for his laugh that he can't stop, but he doubles over and an eye starts to close and all of that. But make no mistake, and Craig Counsell mentioned this in spring training, the guy can play and play very, very well. Justin Bour with a single to left here to begin the 7th.
Yeah, and he's a terrific outfielder. He's got a good throwing arm, covers a lot of ground, and I don't think it's going to be very long before people start thinking about him as a hitter and a big leaguer as opposed to his laugh. Of course, I guess if you're known for something, it's better than nothing, right?
It's true. You could be known for worse.
Right. Another leadoff base runner for the Marlins. It's been a common theme ever since the beginning of the 3rd inning.
Marcell Ozuna, he homered to left in the 5th. Second home run in the series for Ozuna. He went deep last night, one of 4 Marlins to do so. Bouncing ball, that's Walsh on the charge, and a high throw, but Carter handles it.
Nice play by Chris Carter. Hey, that brings us to today's time of the game winner, the Blue Bayou Pub in Pittsville. If they call the Brewers by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, they get 40 tickets to a Friday night game in the Miller Lite Beer Pen. This offer courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite. You know where Pittsville is? Just west of Wisconsin Rapids.
Yeah, pretty much the center of the state,
Don't
right?
be looking over there. I asked you.
He helps you every day.
I look it up. I looked it up. Just west of Wisconsin Rapids and Stevens Point.
Yeah, right in the smack in the middle. Here's JT Real Muto. Mike Faulkner, our everyman question. Whatever we need. Of course.
He didn't know.
He was all over it. If he doesn't know the answer, he'll get the answer in about 10 seconds.
Like I did?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, you asked Mike.
Looking it up. On Google Maps.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is. Makes you real smart.
There he is. There's Mike.
He didn't know where Pittsville was.
Oh, he was all over it.
No,
yeah, he did. Yep, nod your head. Yep. Do it all along. Real Muto, hot shot into center field, a base hit. And Bour will stop at third, and here we go again. The Marlins with a threat here in inning number 7.
The Marlins have officially now out-hit Milwaukee. 15 hits. to 14, but they're down by 6.
They have stranded 8 so far. Marlins last night left 13 runners on base, but Mattingly's team still punching here.
And nothing doing in that Brewers bullpen.
Last night the Brewers used part of that, if you want to call it the big 3 of that toward the back end of the rotation. Jeffress hasn't pitched, by the way, since last Sunday, but Blazek and Thornburg were used last night. But they haven't been used a ton. It hasn't been those kind of games here for the Brewers here in the last few days. A fly ball to center. Neuenhuis with the catch, and Bohr is going nowhere. 2 men out.
Well, you'd love to see that on the first pitch, right off the end of the bat. A good slider from Boyer, and he gets the out, and the runner has to hold at third base.
Wayne Boyer trying to finish off his top half of the 7th. He'll have to work against Christian Yelich, who has reached in every game he's been in this season.
And it's the first day he's had off. First time not in the starting lineup for the Miami Marlins.
A terrific batting average. Been fairly quiet here in this series. He's reached via the walk a couple times, but just 1 hit so far for him. And to be exact, he has walked 3 times in the first 2 games of this series. Runners at the corners with 2 men out. No balls, 2 strikes to Yelich. Among the leaders in batting average at .346, just behind Dexter Fowler of the Cubs. Marlins have 2 of the top 10 hitters by way of average in the National League coming into the game. Martin Prado went in at .397, and he's added to that today with a 3-hit afternoon. The ball, 2 strikes to Yelich. Also came in 2nd in the National League in on-base percentage.
Good young hitter. Good all-around player. He's got some good wheels, can run.
Boyer bringing the 1-2. This with a fastball.
And one with the cutter the pitch before, then the 2-seamer, trying to work both sides of the plate.
Marlins trying to get back into the game here. A chance for Christian Yelich. And the count runs full. Yelich, a first-round pick by the Marlins in 2010. Got to the big leagues 3 years later. A Gold Glover 2 years ago. Signed a 7-year contract extension soon after that Gold Glove year of 2014. Payoff pitch. Out of play.
And staying right on it. 2-seam fastball from Blaine Boyer up in the zone, and didn't try and pull it. Uses all fields pretty well. Not a guy that strikes out too much.
Three balls, 2 strikes. See if Boyer can put him away. Looks like the answer is yes. There's Aaron Hill on to Carter, and that will do it. And Boyer keeps him off the board here in the 7th. The Marlins strand 2. 11-5 is the score as we keep it here at Miller Park and turn it over to public address announcer Rob Edwards.
Led by the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra.
The Marlins 11-5 here at Miller Park. Fox Sports Wisconsin is proud to partner with Girls on the Run Greater Milwaukee to empower girls to be healthy and confident. Join us for the Girls on the Run Spring 5K on Sunday, June 5th at Bayshore Town Center in Glendale. To register, visit foxsportswisconsin.com and click on upcoming events. 6-run lead here for the Crew as again Mattingly going a little deeper into the bullpen now. Brian Morris out there.
Yeah, 14th appearance already for Morris and a .312 earned run average. He has made a lot of appearances against the Brewers in his career. Brewers seen most of him as a member of the Pirates. 19th game for Morris against Milwaukee. He's got a .284 career ERA. Saw him in last night's game.
We did. Here's Martin Maldonado. His first hit of the season here this afternoon. Driven in a couple of runs at a bases loaded walk. And he slaps one to short. That's Echeverria gobbling it up. And there's the first out of the inning. That's what Morris is known for, getting ground balls. A high ground ball rate in his career, and gets one off the bat of Maldonado here in the 7th.
Yeah, gave up 3 home runs in the first week of the season and hasn't allowed one since. And when you go through his whole season a year ago, he gave up 3 home runs. So you're right, he does sink the ball well, keeps it on the ground.
Ramon Flores. The pinch hit. After the first pitch and fouling it back. And Flores showing some signs that he's getting that bat in order here in this series. Last couple of games with a couple of hits, and he's driven in 3 along the way. He's trying to spark the Brewers after falling behind big early, and part of the Brewers being competitive in those 2 games with his 3 RBIs.
Part of the bottom of the Brewers order that's been pretty good. You know, Friday, Saturday, been doing a pretty good job today, getting on base, getting hits. Brewers like to see this young man get going.
No balls, 2 strikes. Flores versus Brian Morris. $11 runs on 14 hits for Milwaukee, 5 runs on 15 hits for the Marlins, and Miami has stranded 10.
$10 today and 17 last night.
Well, we go back to Thursday at Wrigley Field, a game that the Cubs won. Nick Arrieta getting his 5th win on that day at Wrigley Field. Cubbies left 14 on. 1-2 to Ramon Flores. Extending the at bat here.
They're working both sides of the plate with the slider, cutter, whatever you want to call it, in on the hands of Flores, and then the 2-seamer. Nothing straight out of the hand of Brian Morris.
Ready again with the 1-2. Hopper over to third. Prado takes care of it, and there is out number 2. We talked about what that bottom of the order has done here of late for the Brewers. Let's get more on that from Sophia.
That's right, Matt. Craig Counsell is saying that, despite some of the short starts from his starting rotation, he said the flip side is that we've had to make some double switches over the last few days, he said. So we're seeing different guys in different parts of the game, and really likes the production that he's getting from guys like Ramon Flores, Alex Presley, Colin Walsh. You can go Kirk Neuenhuis, Hernan Perez as well. He says they've come in off the bench, they've been productive, and they've been a big part of extending these rallies and late in the game.
And it's encouraging to see that some of these other guys getting the opportunity in big moments and delivering.
Yeah.
Giving their team a chance.
And once again today, Maldonado's been on a couple of times. He got a base hit and an RBI. Always helps when you have Aaron Hill down toward the bottom of the order, the veteran. Even Willie helped himself today with a sacrifice fly.
There's Aaron Hill. Veteran presence he brings to the ball club this year. Santana, a couple of hits, including a homer in the first inning. His 3rd of the year. RBI single to right in the 3rd. A big 7-run 3rd in which he had 2 at-bats. The Brewers sent 12 men to the plate in that inning. Two balls, 2 strikes to Santana. Base is empty with 2 men out here in the 7th. Ryan Morris out there for the Marlins. He was a first-round pick by the Dodgers 10 years ago. He was selected 10 slots behind Jeremy Jeffress that year. Three and 2 to Santana. Strike 3 called. And 1-2-3 inning again for Milwaukee. It's still 11-5 the Brewers. Check out today's game summary. The Brewers bringing the big bats today. Domingo Santana leading off the bottom of the first, goes the other way. His third home run of the season. He has had a pretty good day so far, as has Ryan Braun, as has Chris Carter with a couple of home runs today. Santana delivering again. The Brewers had a 7-run third inning and led 11-1 at one point. Here's Carter, the second home run. Just roped it down the line and left. Big day for Chris. He had been scuffling the last few games. Not so much today with the 2 homers and the 3 RBIs. 11-5 your score. The Brewers lead the Marlins here in the top of the 8th inning. Hernan Perez in the game now for the Brewers. He'll handle things over at third. And on the mound for the second time this weekend is David Goforth.
Well, recently got called up, and Goforth made his season debut on Friday against these Marlins. 2 innings, 1 run. He had a strikeout. Got called up from AAA and on Friday, and actually appeared in the game, so he got that out of the way. He was up and down 4 different times last year.
And it's the top of the order for Miami that Goforth will be working against. Beginning with Ichiro, who doubled and scored in the 3rd inning.
Goforth, low to mid 90s with a fastball, good slider. Just has to be able to locate that slider a little bit better. Once in a while he'll hang it. And a 6-run cushion here at Miller Park.
It was 11-1 after 4 innings. Only Peralta lasted just 5 2/3 as the Marlins got 13 hits against him. Craig Counsell now as Goforth out there is his 3rd pitcher today. Blaine Boyer got in some work as well. Here's a chance for Jonathan Villar. Out number 1.
First time the Brewers have been able to retire the leadoff hitter since the 2nd inning. There's a good sign. Hey, this season every $50 spent at Pick and Save gets you a free Brewers ticket. All you have to do is use your Fresh Perks card at Pick and Save between now and May 4th. To receive this special offer, visit pickandsave.com/Brewers to learn more.
So yeah, we can say 1 out with the bases empty for the first time in a while. Here's Martin Prado. As his hot streak continues. 3 more hits for him today. He's had 3 hits now in 4 of the last 5 games. 2 hits last night. Sends this down the line and out of play.
They have batting average up to .416.
It started at .397 this afternoon. All-Stars 6 years ago. Originally signed with the Atlanta Braves back in 2001. That All-Star year he homered 15 times. That's the best in his career.
He's locked in. And pitch number 3 called a ball. Could have been a strike.
Goforth with a 2-1. Here's Hernan Perez. 2 outs. David Goforth looking for a clean inning here. It would be a first today. The Marlins last night were never retired in order. And just once on Friday. It's going to take care of him right here, Rock. Christian Yelich. Or excuse me, Derek Dietrich at the plate. That jinx thing just has you a little nervous, doesn't it?
Well.
Yeah.
When I said a 3-up, 3-down in the first after 2 were out, and then they got a couple of hits, I caught a little grief in the
Did you?
in the booth here. So
who would have done that?
no.
Well, I'm just going to stick my neck out there for you here.
I agree. I'm with you.
1-1 pitch. It's all about thinking positive.
It is. We do a lot of that here.
A ball, 2 strikes to Dietrich. Bounced up there on Maldonado. A 3-for-4 day for Derek Dietrich, with an RBI triple in the 5th inning. Run scoring single in the 6th. Go forth with a 2-2. And the fastball is high. And Stanton on deck. And the payoff pitch coming to Dietrich. Right on it and straight back.
Yeah, had a little bit of a wrinkle in it, maybe a cut fastball in on the hands of Dietrich, but staying alive.
Willie Peralta started the day for the Brewers. Wayne Boyer getting some work out of the bullpen. And now Goforth trying to end this half of the inning, but is unable to do so, as Dietrich worked him for a walk.
And second walk of the day issued by Brewers pitching. They've done a nice job throwing strikes, but interestingly enough, Brewer pitching staff does not have a single strikeout today on the Marlins. They've been able to put the ball in play all afternoon, and
1 walk, no strikeouts. Here's Giancarlo Stanton. It's Marlins team that is 4th in the league in batting average coming into the game.
271 coming in. That's going to go up today.
15 hits for the Fish this afternoon. Marlins in the top 3rd of the National League in avoiding the strikeout. Here's a ground ball to Perez, and the play is at second. Inning over. No runs, no hits, 1 stranded. And the Brewers ready to have at it in the bottom of the 8th as VR, Braun, and the big man Chris Carter due up for the Brewers. It's 11-5 Milwaukee as we move to the bottom of the 8th.
runs in a single game so far this season today by Milwaukee. 11 runs, 14 hits. They lead this one big over the Marlins. We're getting set for Brewers Live postgame. A lot of multi-RBI efforts today for Milwaukee. 4 players with more than 1 RBI in this ball game. So lots to break down. We'll hear from Craig Counsell and the Brewers side of the clubhouse as well, with Sophia Rocco join me out on set. And Matt, you're welcome to join us, my friend. Rock, any convincing out there for the last trip for Rock this weekend?
No, you know what? I really don't think we have much of a chance to see Matty down on the set.
None at all, huh?
I think he's pretty much talked out over the weekend.
Yeah, that's a safe bet. Yeah.
I hear you. I hear you. We'll give him that pass.
I'm just going to be straight up with you. Here's Jonathan VR.
Besides, we can handle it.
Yeah,
Craig, I'll tell you, I'm having a blast down there with Craig Kashan. He's a pro. Makes everybody feel comfortable down there, whether it's me, Davey, Augie.
So there's really no need whatsoever for me to be down there.
What I'm saying is you'd actually be in the way, I think.
I'm pretty sure. In fact, I know that would be the case.
Just trying to help you out.
Well, no, I appreciate it.
He kind of threw you under the bus there, didn't he?
He did. I'm remembering it. I'm filing it away.
Here's where we're gonna position it. You really want to, but I don't want you down there.
Yeah, I was actually asking Craig, hey man, you got an extra chair? And that's going to cost VR. That is strike 3 and out number 1. Well, you know, it's Ryan Braun bobblehead day, and he said he has a knack for good timing. So on his day, he has delivered a couple of run-scoring singles in innings 1 and 3. There's a look at it.
No big flies yet, but hey, let's see what he can do here. The home run leader bobblehead, Ryan Braun.
5 homers, 20 RBIs so far this season for Braun. Very good month of April and starting May on a pretty good note as well. Morris on for the Marlins. Tom Kohler started. He got roughed up in a big way. 2 1/3. Gave up 8 hits and 8 runs. Cody Ige gave up 6 hits and 3 runs in an inning and 2/3. Jose Urena, 2 innings of shutout relief work, and now Brian Morris on for his 2nd inning.
I tell you, the bullpen for the Marlins after Iggy left the ball game has been outstanding. The Brewers have not been able to get a base runner. Urena and now Morris.
1-1 pitch.
10 in a row they retired.
Yes. Brewers were scoring early and often. 2 in the first, that 7-run third. A couple of more in the 4th. Home run power from Domingo Santana and a couple of them from Chris Carter. 1-2 pitch, and that's through, and a base hit for Braun, his 3rd of the day.
Yeah, that's why I don't get the big shift for Ryan Braun when you put the second baseman up the middle, because he does that as well as any right-handed hitter. And not only does he go to right field, but he can hit the ground ball in that direction. And able to find a base hit in a big hole between first and second. Look like a cutter. And down. The key to that is getting on top of the baseball. I mean, he does that as well as any right-hander. Taking it to the opposite field and able to hit it down and through and get those line drives and ground balls.
Here is Chris Carter, and a rip down the line and left. That's going to go to the corner. Braun is going to round third. Stop sign is up. Is the extra base hit machine that is Chris Carter coming through again with a double, his 10th of the year.
Yeah, didn't want to take any chances. Ichiro, a very good throwing arm out there in left field, and Last thing you want in a 6-run lead is to have a big pile up at home plate with Ryan Braun. Not messing around. There's that cut fastball again. The same pitch that Braun got for a base hit. And this one hanging up in his zone and ripped down the line by Big Chris. Yeah, 3 hits today, a couple of homers and 3 ribbies. Nice day at the office.
And another pitching change coming up here for the Miami Marlins. Ryan Morris, he was sailing along a little bit, but the Brewers have gotten to him. As we will step away, it's 11-5 the Brewers here in the 8th and threatening for more. With the double moments ago, and he again flexing his muscles here today as you look at the Powerball home run leaderboard. Carter with a couple of big flies today to give him the team lead at 7. Ryan Braun next up with 5. And the Scooter Gennett and Domingo Santana rounding out the Powerball home run leaderboard. Miguel Rojas now in the game for the Marlins. He will play at second as for the second straight game now, the Brewers will face Craig Breslow. They got to him last night. Let's see what happens today.
Yes, they did. Flores with a base hit to drive in a couple of runs, and then Hernan Perez with a big fly to center off of Breslow. And you see that 409 earned run average. He got touched up with a couple of runs yesterday. Appearance number 12.
Facing Kirk Neuenhuis. Couple of hits today. Stolen base as well. Single to center in the 3rd. Single to left in the 4th. It's the 35-year-old Craig Breslow. So VR began the inning with a strikeout. Braun a single, Carter a double. Infield in for the Marlins.
Yeah, trying to work around the strike zone is Breslow, hoping that the Brewers are going to chase. He doesn't throw hard. Been around a long time. Spent last year with the Red Sox.
Two balls, 2 strikes. You know, the Red Sox last year, ERA of a bit above 4, 0-4 record and 45 appearances, 2 of which were starts. Red Sox 3 years, 4 years actually prior to that. Neuenhuis sends one into right field. Stanton on the run, and that's going to go off the wall. That's Ozuna rather coming up with it. 1 run is in. Here comes Carter. He is in as Kurt Neuenhuis sends one to the gap and makes it 13-5 Milwaukee.
Yeah, that might be the uppercut right there the Brewers have been looking for after they got that 11-5 lead. Marlins kept pecking away, and well, the middle of the order this time able to get it done. Braun, Carter, Neuenhuis, and you can see he missed his spot, a breaking pitch, and Neuenhuis really nice job of staying back and going down to get it, nearly knocking it out of here, and that's 2 big RBIs for the crew with 17 hits now and 13 runs.
Here's Hernan Perez. Want to correct myself, didn't ID the new right fielder out there, and that's Cole Gillespie out there in right. So he was just called up here this weekend. Up from AAA New Orleans on Friday. So the Brewers already, when they had 11, that was a season high, and runs for a game. They've added to it, and Perez trying to add another base hit to right. Gillespie bobbles, and now they're going to wave Neuenhuis around. He's going to score, make it 14-5.
You got to like Hernan Perez. I mean, does it very quiet. And he shoots that baseball in the right field, doing a nice job. That's his game. He doesn't try and pull the ball too much. Got a good pitch to hit. They're going to give him an RBI, I would imagine. You can see the way he just shoots that ball hard into right. Gillespie bobbles it. Eddie Cedar sends home Neuenhuis, and the Brewers now with 14 runs on the board.
Here's Aaron Hill. He's had a good day. Say that pretty much up and down the lineup this afternoon offensively for Milwaukee.
Yeah, momentum. Where's it start, right? Starting pitching. Willie was pretty good early. Kind of ran out of gas in the 5th. But able to keep the Marlins to 1 run, into the 5th inning, and he's kind of went south on Willie after that. 3 in the 5th, and wasn't able to get through the 6th.
Brewers wearing out Breslow here in the last couple of games. Hill with a tapper. That's a Barria in a hurry, and he gets it there in time. It's out number 2 as Perez moves on to second. The bats have come to life today. It's Maldonado. First 2 RBIs of the season for Martin Maldonado this afternoon. And he sends this one to right field. Gillespie is there. And that'll do it for the Brewers in the 8th. But another good inning for them as they scored 3 more runs. It's now 14-5 going to the 9th. 15-5, the Brewers lead the Marlins as we head to the 9th inning. Brewers baseball on Fox Sports Wisconsin, presented by Potawatomi Hotel and Casinos. Spend the nights with luxury. Some changes to update you on. Yadiel Rivera now in at shortstop for the Crew. And Alex Presley out in left field. And appearing for the first time in a week here is Jeremy Jeffress, looking to finish this one off.
Yeah, 6 for 6 in save opportunities. And Jeremy in game number 10 has a .312 earned run average in 8 2/3 innings. Mentioned he pitched last Sunday against the Phillies, not save number 6, a scoreless inning.
Justin Bour will lead off the 9th for the Marlins. 5 runs on 15 hits. Jeffress getting in some work this afternoon. And Bour goes away from the shift, and a base hit past a diving Rivera.
Yeah, second hit, identical spots for Justin Bour, taking it to left field. Guys can swing the bats. 16 hits for the Marlins, just out of the reach of Rivera at short. And a little bit of a tune-up for Jeremy Jeffress, and in hopes that this appearance here today will get him dialed in for perhaps some save opportunities against the Angels. A week is a long time to be without activity for your closer.
And the Angels come in tomorrow night. Again, first pitch is 6:20 here at Miller Park. Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday afternoon, and then it's back on the road. 7-game swing, 4 in Cincinnati, and 3 more against the same Miami Marlins out of South Florida. 16 hits for the Marlins, and they're down by 9. Two balls, no strikes to Marcell Ozuna. He's homered today, his 4th of the year, and 2nd in as many games. This is hit in the air, left center field. And Neuenhuis will handle it for the first out.
Yep, 96 on the fastball. Good velocity for Jeremy. I figure he's going to be flipping up some curveballs. Try to get some work in with a 9-run lead. It's nice to be able to say that, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Most of the Brewers' wins this year have been very close, very closely contested. You know, 1-, 2-run victories. Not today.
Yeah, even a couple of those games where they ended up with 4- or 5-run wins, they broke it open late to get it there. Not nearly as easy as it would appear if you saw only the score. Brewers trying to get their 9th win of the season and snap what is a 4-game skid. The Marlins came in having won 7 straight. All on the road. Real Muto with a ground ball to second. There's 1, there's 2, and that's your ball game. Brewers take care of business on this Sunday afternoon on the strength of an 18-hit attack. 2 bombs from Chris Carter. And good work all the way around by the Brewers offense as they take the final game of this series. 14-5 your final score this afternoon as we send it down to Craig Kashawn in Brewers Live postgame.
All right, finally the Brewers are on the board. They went a full week between wins, but they do it in grand style here. We'll hear from the Brewer crew. Sophia Minard standing by with interviews also from Craig Counsell. Rock joins me as well for a big money moment as those Brewer bats come alive. Brewers postgame is next.